guys, welcome to a new episode of Boundary Break. Today's episode is Mario Kart, and before we get started with that episode, I just wanted to do a little bit of viewer feedback to help improve the show. So, I got this list right here, and let's get right to it. The first suggestion is that I script the voiceover segments for the video clips. And, yeah, we'll give it a try. I'm not sure if it's really going to work for the show, but I'm always willing to try something new, so if you guys like it, please let me know. If you hate it, please let me know. And the next suggestion is, stop talking so much during the intro and just get on with it already. So the very first thing we're going to be looking at today is cars! So I wanted to take a look at this real quick because if you look at the license plate on some of these cars, they spell out things like Sun, and POW, and World 1-1, if you take a good look at that, and Star. And lastly, 1-Up. Mushroom Bridge. A bridge made entirely out of mushroom? I'm not entirely convinced. So the first thing that we're going to check out are these swig swag mushroom huts. And the light posts don't have the correct textures. If you get in really close, you can actually see it's a whole bunch of other textures from other parts of the game. Very interesting. But enough of these dirty little huts. I see civilization off in the distance. Let's take a look. It kind of looks like Mute City meets Mushroom Kingdom. No, but seriously, I think that's actually the Mushroom City that's in the game. I'm pretty sure all these levels are interconnected in some way. Here's a fun little fact. Every single game that I've done in this series so far has actually had Princess Peach's castle in it in some way. And in this game alone, there's actually, I think, about 4 appearances of Princess Peach's castle. Interesting, no? No? No. Now, Peach Beach is easily the most iconic stage in Mario Kart DoubleDash, for at least yours truly. And the first thing that I wanted to look at was this statue of this Delfino Island member. You know, now that I think about it, why is it called Peach Beach if it's filled with Delfino Island members? Did Princess Peach take over the island of Delfino? But anyway, he looks like some sort of hero, and not so much of a royalty figure. I wonder what he did to deserve a statue erected in his name. And over here we take a look at the cramped apartment complexes scattered all over Peach Beach. Apparently the economy isn't quite as hot as its beautiful sandy beaches. Baby Park is actually one of the highlights of this episode where there's a ton of stuff to explore, so let's take a look. So right now we're walking down the trail to Kamek's Magic Show, and as you'll notice really quickly, this park is dirty and unorganized. So once we get to the end of this trail, we're met with a blockade of trees. Interesting. But that's okay, because once we get past those trees, we are finally met with bushes and more trees. Well, alright then, we're gonna have to bypass these two, so let's do that. Alright, and as you can tell by the hearts in the building, Kamek uses the power of love for the source of his magic. Who would have guessed? So if we were to divert our attention for a moment to the other trails in this park, and believe me, there are a lot of those, we go down this way, which leads to a Poochie Slide, which is actually my favorite character from the Yoshi Island series. But even cooler than that is a carousel with a Yoshi transformation and some Goombas. At least I think it's a Goomba, it may be a Galoomba, it's hard to tell. And then over to the left of that are some baby bottles, in case you forgot that this is a Baby Mario stage. I don't know, it seems like an unnecessary amount of milk for one baby. Or maybe it's a community bottle for many babies to drink from. And that's pretty gross. And just to the right of that is a trail that leads to a pirate ship. Whose pirate ship, you may ask? Well, that's kind of up for debate. See, on the sign, it says Bowser's ship. But as you can clearly see, it is Baby Bowser that is on the front. Although I suppose if you really put some thought into it, Baby Bowser is Bowser, so why am I putting so much thought into this? And this last part is obviously the abandoned, unkept part of the park where all the children seem to avoid and never seem to go. Hence why the park staff never go there to clean it. Outside of the elaborate Wario Stadium is a trail, and a very lovely view of the stadium, I might add. So where does this trail lead? Well, this trail leads to a city, on both sides for the record, I did check. Double win for this find. On the outside we find something interesting, but looking back in is a lovely view in itself. Old school Nintendo fans, get ready for an awesome cameo that I've never noticed before. It's Donkey Kong Jr. in the Waluigi Stadium. Now this is very interesting because this rendition of Donkey Kong Jr. has the updated modern look for the face. And as far as I can tell, that has never been used in any of the Donkey Kong games or the Mario games. And by the way, I did check the Wii version and he was taken out. They don't love you no more, DKJR. They hate you. Why? So you may have noticed that this episode is running a little bit short. That's because actually Mario Kart is a series where a lot of what you see is what you get. So what I decided to do was to combine both Mario Kart GameCube and Mario Kart Wii. So for this last half of the episode, please enjoy Mario Kart Wii stages. So Wario developed a mining facility, which in turn allowed him to develop his own settlement, which seems to be doing a lot better than Peach's Beach. Right off the bat, you can notice that Wario has his insignia plastered everywhere, because he's pretty self-centered like that, and in the windows there are mushroom silhouettes, which is really cool. You know, as lovely as these settlements are, I have to ask myself, how do they, get around? How do they get off the cliff? You know what? Warp pipes. Always forget about the warp pipes. Speaking of warp pipes, check out those smokestacks. Those lovely, lovely smokestacks. Don't know why they're built so high. Seems like a waste of material. Probably a lot harder to clean, too. But you know what? I like the way it looks. I'll roll with it. And now welcome to the most gorgeous stage of Mario Kart Wii, Maple Treeway. Now what's interesting about this stage real quick is that the larger portions of the stage actually have a 2D texture that acts as the reflection for it, whereas the smaller hut actually has a parallel 3D image that is below it, and that pretends to be the reflection for it. Alright, that was episode 4, Mario Kart DoubleDash. Did you like it? I'm not so sure about the whole scripted thing, but if you liked it, let me know. I'll keep doing it. But, we'll see. Maybe I'm not seeing what you guys see. Or maybe you see it the exact same way I do. I'm very curious to find out. So, thank you so much for watching. Next episode will be Zelda related. So, will it be Twilight Princess? Will it be Wind Waker? We'll have to see. Alright guys, catch you later.